فَإِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا. A bad translation is with every difficulty comes ease. And I want to spend some time this khutbah just talking about this ayah and what it can mean for you and me. The first thing we draw from this ayah, from the Arabic of this ayah, is actually that for those of you that are familiar with Nahu a little bit, grammar a little bit, it's yusr, that's the mubtada, meaning the start of the sentence grammatically is actually ease. When we translate this in English, we say with every difficulty comes ease. But actually, closer to the meaning is great ease comes with difficulty. Actually, the focus of the sentence is actually ease, not difficulty. That's the mubtada. That's the starting point grammatically speaking. Why is that important? Because Allah is putting our attention on ease, not on difficulty. And the ease may be coming later on. The relief may be coming later on, but Allah wants you and me to focus on what is coming instead of what you're in right now. That Allah Azza wa Jal will see you through whatever it is that you're going through, and ease is definitely coming on its way. The second thing to note here is the word yusr is what's called nakira, meaning it's a'am wa ashmal wa a'zam wa akad, meaning difficulty. Everybody knows what difficulty is. Maybe it's financial difficulty, health difficulty, maybe it's psychological difficulty, emotional difficulty, maybe your difficulty is sitting next to you right now. I don't know. Everybody has some kind of difficulty in life. But those difficulties are very well known. And it's very specific. You know exactly what the problem is. You know exactly what the problem is. But Allah says the ease is much bigger than the difficulty. It's broader than the difficulty. It's also less known than the difficulty, meaning some ease will come, but you don't know how to recognize that ease. Everybody recognizes the problem, but not everybody will be able to recognize the solution. When Allah will give ease to you, you may not even see it as ease. Allah may bring relief to you, and you may not even recognize that Allah is bringing relief to you. And He will bring relief to you in ways that you know about, and then relief to you in ways that you didn't even think about, that you don't even know about, that's happening in the invisible world. That's happening in the ghaib. So, al-usr, inna ma'al usri, al-usr, the difficulty, meaning it's known, yusran. Yusra is nakira, it's not known. So it's a mystery to us, and that's an important thing because a lot of times people can focus on what they see, and what they see is the problem. And they cannot pay attention to what they cannot see. And Allah is telling you and me that there's always an invisible ease that's coming our way. That's always there. And so, from there, you find that the word inna in Arabic, which is translated certainly or for sure, actually inna is used by, it's described by people of the language as, harfun li izalat al-shak. It's there to remove doubt. It's there to remove doubt. Let me put it to you in a simple example. If you're having trouble of any kind, if you're having trouble at work, okay, or if you're having trouble with family, then somebody comes and tells you, man, that's not a real problem. And you say, no, definitely, that's a big problem. I'm going through a really big problem. For sure, there's a problem. You have no doubts about the problem. But you know what you have doubts about? Whether or not this problem will ever go away. Whether there's going to be any ease coming, any solution coming. So human beings have certainty when it comes to the problem, but they have doubts when it comes to the solution. Easily we become hopeless. Easily we start thinking, man, this is always going to be this bad. It's never going to get any better. It's just never going to get any easier, is it? We tell ourselves this. So we are convinced far more of the negative and far less of the positive. What does Allah do in the ayah? Inna, the word that removes doubt. For sure, there is no doubt about it that ease comes with difficulty. Allah puts certainty not with difficulty. Allah puts certainty with the ease. He put the emphasis on the ease. As if a believer that reads this ayah should know, I can actually even have doubts about the difficulty. Maybe I'm so sure that this is a terrible thing, but maybe it's not as bad as I've made it to be in my head. But the ease that Allah will bring is way bigger, and it's absolutely coming. It's absolutely going to be there. You know what? Also, it puts into doubt whether something bad is actually something bad. Sometimes things are a lot worse to us in our mind and in our thoughts and in our feelings than they actually are in reality. Some people start living in their head and their problem starts getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until it's out of control. And sometimes you have people in your life, the ones you talk to, instead of making the problem smaller, talking to them makes the problem even bigger. It just gets bigger and bigger. And so in your mind, sometimes the negative is way bigger than in reality. And the ease that Allah is bringing is actually right there, but you're too blind to see it because you're so engrossed in your imaginary view of the difficulty. So Allah Azza wa Jalla says, have certainty about the ease. Be absolutely sure that Allah is bringing ease. But the final lesson that I want to share with this ayah, before we go on to how to complete this surah, and how the last parts of the surah are tied to it, is that Allah did not say after difficulty, ease comes. He doesn't use the word after. He used the word with. Inna ma'a al-usri yusra. وَلَمْ يَقُلْ إِنَّ بَعْدَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا. فَهُنَاكَ فَرْقٌ بَيْنَ كَلِمَةِ مَعَ وَبَيْنَ كَلِمَةِ بَعْدَ. There's a big difference between saying with difficulty, there is ease, and saying after difficulty, there is ease. There's a big difference. At least two differences in this khutbah I want to share with you. One difference is, maybe as you are going through a difficulty, that difficulty came with some other ease that you didn't even realize at the same time. Maybe as hard as this is, the alternative would have been much, much, much harder. Maybe one problem where one door closed was the only reason 5 other doors opened up. You see, that you didn't see it that way, but Allah Azza wa Jal designs sometimes that one problem actually creates 20 other solutions, countless other solutions. So this had to happen for those eases to come, So this is part of Allah's design. We can't recognize it, but it's always there. In other words, my mindset is, yes, I'm going through this problem, but with this problem, Allah is creating ease in my life for sure, and I have to find where it is. The problem I can see, the solution I have to look and discover where it is. But every experience you and I have, that some of the most terrible experiences you and I will have in this life, where you will start asking yourself, why am I being put through this? Why is this happening to me? What did I do to deserve this? What good can come out of this? Every one of those experiences has some ease, some relief, some good that comes with it that we are becoming blind to see. But Allah says it's there, it's right, it's not, you don't have to wait for it afterwards, it's right there at the same time. It's right there at the same time. Inna ma'al usri yusra. But even beyond that, when you use the word with, what Allah is saying is that ease has been put with difficulty. Ease has been put with difficulty. Like He put the night with the day. Like He put the cloud with the rain. There are things that He put together, and in this life, what Allah decided to do is, if you and I want to experience ease, He designed it in a way that you first have to go through difficulty, and only by going through difficulty, with it will come the ease. And that's how He made all of life. Many of you are students. You have to go through the difficulty of studying before you experience the ease of graduation, the relief of getting to the next grade. You have to work hard at your work before the ease of a bonus comes, before a promotion comes. Without difficulty, that's not going to happen. You have to go through the difficulty of fixing your diet and eating better before you experience the ease of better health. A patient has to go through the difficulty maybe of surgery before they experience the ease of healing. That's just how Allah made life. You have to go through tough experiences in order to experience relief. That's Allah's design.